Hey, what's up, everybody? Cam Hemphill here, your host for the Medical Millionaire podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. My entire purpose is to help bring you valuable content that's going to help take your practice to the next level. Every single practice needs to be ran like a business. I still see it today where practices are not using effective marketing strategies, CRM tools, EMR tools, online booking systems, creative financing applications, and they're wondering why things are not working. I see them kind of running a practice instead of going all in. And then I see the ones that have gone all in, and they are the ones that are taking market share. They are the ones that are here to stay because those are the ones that actually show up. These practice owners that take their practice serious, they are the entrepreneurs with tenacity, with grit, and they are determined to be successful. And the beauty about it, guys, is the ones that are successful are the ones that have the ability to deliver value to the marketplace so your consumer, your patient, can see transformation. And see, that's what it's about. You guys have to understand why you are a practice owner, why you are in business. Understand your why, because I'm telling you right now, as an entrepreneur, you're going to have shitty days. You're going to have long days. You're going to have an employee that bails on you. You're going to go hire a provider, an injector, and they're going to leave. They're going to leave and they're going to go open up their own practice. I've seen it happen 100 times, guys. And you need to know how to face those challenges when they happen. Even though you think, well, it's not going to happen to me because I'm going to get all my ducks in a row and get all the contracts and non-competes and all that stuff. I'm telling you, you need to be prepared for everything. You don't know what it's like to be at the top until you're at the top. It's extremely lonely, extremely lonely. You're the one driving the ship. You're the one waking up early. You're the one responding back to patient DMs or patient emails or patient text messages until you have the ability to delegate those objectives to other team members. Like being an entrepreneur year one as a practice owner is much different than year 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you have taken the time to implement strategies, techniques, understand marketing, understand sales channels, understand technology stacks, and ultimately understand your benchmarks, financing, and how to position yourself in the marketplace to have a true value proposition that separates you from the pack. Being a practice owner, extremely challenging, and I have so much respect for practice owners because you guys are artists. You guys are artists at your core. You have the ability to look at a human figure and make it look better. Give it a result. Give somebody transformation. Give somebody something. Give them hope. That's what you're really selling. And I think that a lot of times practice owners get caught up of selling services, selling treatments. You get selling products, selling skincare, selling injectables, selling that's not what you're selling. You're not selling that, guys. Okay? That is the solution to make the transformation happen. Right? And I think a lot of times we get caught up as entrepreneurs just focus on what we're selling. We have to get the nice, shiny new laser that came out. Everybody's migrating from this neurotoxin to that neurotoxin, so I need to jump on the bandwagon. Guys, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what neurotoxin you're using, does it? I know the efficacy of specific products from a clinical standpoint is going to deliver different results. And that's on you. You're the provider, you're the artist. But my point is, you're not selling neurotoxins. You're selling freedom. You're selling hope. You're selling transformation. You're at the end of the day, guys, you're changing lives. You're changing families' lives. You're changing the internal conception of someone's belief in their soul. This is serious shit. And that's why I have so much respect for you, because I think some of you, let's just take a step outside of being a practice owner. Oh, I own a MedSpa. It's cute and it's fun for Instagram. Some people can look at that from the outside in, but really when you break it down, you're freaking Picasso's. Like you guys are like Leonardo da Vinci's, right? And it's more than that, because when you sculpt the art around transformation in somebody's soul, sure, that's one component, but the emotion, the emotional attraction that you are delivering to these patients, it's freaking life-changing. I know that these patients that go see you and truly get transformation, they end up feeling better about themselves. They have a better family. They make more money. They show up better. They probably start going to the gym more. They probably start eating more healthy, like because they look in the mirror every day. And when we wake up and we look in the mirror every day, we either like what we see or we don't like what we see. And if you are that provider that has the expertise and has the grit and the tenacity to really say, you know what? I'm not selling Botox today. I'm not selling Dysport today. I'm not selling microneedling today. I am selling transformation. I am selling the futuristic approach of confidence within this human being. I'm going to change their freaking spirit. I'm going to change their soul. If you approach your business that way, your practice that way, and that's what gets you going, is helping people feel better about themselves, feeling better, looking better inside and out. If that is your true why, you are going to win. You're going to win. If you don't care, right? If you're in this for the money, if your first thing and first objective is, hey, you know what? I saw so-and-so go take an injectable course this week and I could do that. I've been a nurse. I'm going to go do it. And all you're thinking about is money, you're in it for the wrong reasons. You have to think patient first every single time. And guys, I have interviewed hundreds of people on this show. I have been to conferences for years. I've been in the MedSpa and aesthetics space for over 10 years. I've built one of the most successful marketing automation platforms that this industry's ever seen. So I'm not saying that because to lift myself up or to brag. I'm saying that because I have the experience. I've had the conversations. I've been to the conferences. I've had the interviews. I have talked to patients. I am a patient. I have talked to providers. I have talked to key opinion leaders in this industry for years. And again, that's the whole purpose of me wanting to produce content on these episodes, is to help everybody wherever they're at. Because I'm telling you, guys, I've been an entrepreneur longer than I've been in the aesthetic space. And I can tell you right now, burnout, it's real. Burnout is freaking real, because you're going to have lonely, hard, long days. Like I said earlier, employees are going to leave you. Providers are going to bail. They're going to go open up their own thing. You're going to have cash flow issues. You're going to overspend on marketing. You're going to try marketing. It's not going to work. You are going to deliver an outcome to a patient that they are not happy about. You are going to get a 1-star review. You are going to have to pay taxes. You are going to have to cover payroll because your cash flow is short, right? You're going to have to decide, am I going to close my doors and go open up in a different location? Am I servicing the right demographic? You have to make a ton of decisions as a practice owner. And the best thing is, guys, today, if you were to start, a lot of people say the industry is saturated, the economy is not doing well, the aesthetic space is down 17% this quarter of 2025. All that is bullshit noise. At the end of the day, that's all bullshit noise. I'm telling you, there's practices today, Q1 of 25, that are up this quarter over Q4 of 24. 100% they're up. The MedSpa show just took place. There was more attendees there than ever before. People speaking, vendors everywhere. People are moving and active in this space. And I'm telling you, here's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the practice owner that's taken their practice serious, the true entrepreneur with grit, the true entrepreneur that's going to get up and continue to service patients when they even don't feel like it, the discipline, entrepreneurship and mindset and continuing to go comes down to discipline, accountability within yourself. It's not like spurts of motivation. It's all about discipline. It's just like going to the gym, like going on a run. For me, I'm a runner. I go to the gym on a very frequent basis. It's a lifestyle for me. But if I just went to the gym once and looked in the mirror and expect results, this is just an unrealistic expectation. And you have to apply that to entrepreneurship. You have to apply that to your practice. You have to show up. There's some days where you may be sick, not feeling good, you're out too late, whatever. You had too much fun on the weekend, there was a holiday, there was spring break, whatever it is. You have to continue to show up. You have to be that provider that truly cares about your patients. So again, don't get in it for the money, guys. Get in it to deliver the result, because that emotion, that connectivity of emotion to when you truly transform someone's life experience and they share their story with you, that should be what's burning in your gut to keep you going. And as a result, as a net result, you're going to make money from that experience. And so if you don't have patients that are sharing their story with you and you're a part of that creative aspect of story that has truly changed and impacted their life, if you haven't heard that in a while, it's time to start asking your patients. It's time to start looking at your practices like, am I really showing up today? Am I giving it my all? Or am I just showing it up for the money? Or am I just like kind of burn out? Or if it's just like, it's not your thing anymore, you should ask yourself these questions, right? In fact, I was talking to a practice owner yesterday and she had the coolest story to tell me. You know, she had a patient that had been with her for 2 years. And this patient had taken a picture of, like, you know how you have that profile of you that you either, like one side of your face versus the other. My wife definitely does. She's like, don't take a picture of this side of my face, get my good side. I never really understood that, but it's true, right? I think especially for providers as artists, but for females, I think that you guys obviously have a much deeper eye for the aesthetic side of the human body, right? Like I think you just do over males. But what they said was like, I'm looking at my Christmas card this year over last year, and I can't believe that I looked like that before I do now. Now I feel so confident. Now I want to get pictures taken of this profile versus my old. And the conversation went deeper than that. But basically at the end of the day, there was an emotional connection that took place. Now, if you're building this emotional connection and emotional bond with your patients, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to be loyal. They're going to come back. They want to come back. You've been a part of a journey for them. They have been disconnected. They have not been happy. They have looked in the mirror and they said, I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. Guys, this is true for everybody, whether we want to admit it or not. We look in the mirror and we judge. We look at pictures and we judge. We always judge ourselves. Imagine like when you get into a group photo, you and the girls are all out, or if dudes are tuning into this, you and the dudes are all out, and you take like a group photo. Who are you looking at in that photo? Like you don't care about what all the other girls in that photo, right? The photo, the picture that you hone in on, the person you hone in on is you, because we're always judging ourselves, and we're always worried about what others are thinking about us. But that's not the case because we're all worried about ourselves, right? So then when that person looks at the photo and they feel that emotional contempt, that emotional comfort, that feeling of I'm worthy, and you're part of that story, like, dude, you're a part of their life experience. That's what I'm getting at, is that is the best thing a practice owner and a provider can understand, is life transformation and you being a part of that story. And every single one of your patients, or not patients, or patients that want to come see you, they're reaching out for help. They're reaching out for help. Whether they have a tattoo that they hate that they want to get removed, and they want it removed because they don't like looking at it. They have like hair on a specific area of their body that just bugs them. They don't want it. It bothers them so much that they just can't stand it, right? Some people, maybe that they're losing hair. They want to get their hair back because they're losing confidence within themselves, right? Like that's what's happening when these people are booking appointments, or when they're calling you, they're DMing you. they're texting you, it's a cry for help. And when you take those serious, like if someone calls you and says, "Hey, how much do you guys charge for Botox?" Like, dig into the questions, guys. Find out why they're really, really calling. Right? If someone called in and I was a practice owner and I was working the front phones, and it's like someone's just calling to get price. Hey, how much is it for Botox? I would dig deeper on that. Right? Well, what made you want to call in? What experience are you having right now where we could help you achieve the results you're looking for? Like dig into what is the outcome that you're looking for? What are you trying to achieve? Like, talk to me about your current situation. Ask them these questions and build this emotional connectivity that builds trust, and then bring them into your practice so you can give them a true consultation. Bring them in, right? Don't just throw over the fence. Like, we charge X amount per unit. Please don't do that. Click, they hang up. Like, if you even convert those where you just throw pricing over the phone like that, I would be like blown away if you're converting any of those at all. And by the way, like, if you're not investing a tremendous amount of sales training, or you're not taking those phone calls, if you do not 100% trust your staff to take those phone calls, you should be taking them. That phone call that's coming in is absolutely critical that you nail that phone call. It's either like going to change your practice by like 50% of the revenue that's coming in. If you have 100 phone calls coming in a month, and that's like low volume, and half of them are walking away when they should be booking, and you're paying for those phone calls, like, this is a serious problem. And I see providers where the business starts to scale and starts to take off, and you start to like pre-delegate stuff and maybe hire like low-level talent, or you hire talent that's just not properly trained to how to answer these phone calls and bring people in, because they don't know the why. You may know the why, that you're selling transformation, but the front desk may think that you're selling neurotoxins. They may think that you're selling Botox. They think you're selling microneedling. They think you're selling, the hydrofacial. That's not what you're selling. You're selling certainty within the belief of themselves that they're going to be a better person. Like, it's just bigger than that. And that's where, like, man, sometimes I get frustrated because I think sometimes, like, I hear providers say, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be salesy. We're academics. We've gone to school for such a long period of time. And I just don't feel comfortable. And I'm over here saying, wait a minute. You're posting on Instagram. You are helping some patients. You are running ads. You have a website. You're doing SEO. You have Google reviews, but you don't want to help everybody. Like, I don't understand the disconnect there. Are you wanting to help only a select few people, or are you wanting to help as many people as you possibly can? Because if you truly care about transformation of like the human being, you should want to help as many people as you possibly can. Right? So if those phone calls are coming in and they're not all converting, you're not asking the right questions. You're not digging into really understanding what they're trying to do, because every single one of those phone calls is a cry for help. They are not looking for the best price for Botox. They are not doing that. That may what you think that they are doing, guys. But they're looking for a cry for help. And if you bring them in and transform them, put them on a treatment plan, give them a real consultation, give them a pricing avenue that makes sense for them. Not selling like, this service that's going to cost them $5,000. Make the price point super easy and flexible for them, so you can at least get them into the practice, get them on a treatment plan, a journey plan, so they continuously come back. Every patient that you capture, every single one, should stay with you for life. There's a lot of data on it that shows that patients stay with medical aesthetics practices and providers for about 3 years. I think we're falling short of that. I think what's happening is our patient base starts to get so big, and we either put ourselves in a position to where we burn out, or our personal utilization rates have exploded and we haven't taken the time to hire another provider and get some of those patients back in. You have to make sure you have your ratios correct as you scale. How many providers can handle your patient base load? So if you have a patient base load of 5,000, how many providers do you need to service that base of 5,000? And if you have a patient base, if you have somebody that hasn't been in a few months, you need to call them. You need to get them back in, because what's happened is they haven't experienced the transformation. They haven't experienced the emotional connection. They haven't experienced the treatment plan and the journey. They need to understand that every single day we are aging. Whether we like it or not, we are aging, and you are the gal or you are the guy that's helping them feel younger and look better as they age through this journey of life. You are their go-to. You are their coach. You are their guide. You are their consultant. You are their, you are their freaking goddess. Like you're the thing. It needs to be a part of their life, right? It can't just be like, I'm going to go on a trip and get some, Botox done so I look good for, a couple days or whatever. You have to sell the certainty of the reality, which is we're all aging. And if you want to continue to look good and feel good, there's an incredible amount of technology backed by science. And, here's what we suggest for you to put you on this journey. It's just like hiring a professional coach. It's like hiring a personal trainer. It's like going on a diet. You can't go on a diet for a weekend. It's just, you're not going to get the results. And that's where it's also a problem is like these providers, people will come in and it's almost like I hate to say it, but I see it, guys. It's like a cash grab. Sally comes in, she spends $2,500. Let's just use the neurotoxin environment. You make 50% margin on that. Like, heck yeah, it was a good day. I made $1,000 or whatever it is, right? Like, I that's just the wrong approach. It's the wrong approach. You should get them in. Every single patient should become a patient for life and make them all transform. And if you approach, I'm freaking telling you, if you approach your practice this way, you're going to be in business forever. You're going to be in business forever because all of your patients are going to be happy. All of your patients are going to get it. All of your patients are going to have access to continuously come to see you. All of your patients are going to tell everybody about you because you're amazing. You transform their life. You were able to connect emotion with certainty and give them the outcome they're looking for. Like, you did it. They're going to tell everybody. So what is this going to do? It's going to lower your marketing costs. It's going to lower your marketing spend. You're going to have to go get another provider because you have to service the demand. You become the expert, right? You're not just the other practice that sold them a treatment. So like, stop selling treatments. Stop selling services. Stop selling the product. Sell the dream. Sell the outcome. Sell the transformation. Connect it with emotion. Connect it with emotion and give them the certainty. And the only way you can do that is to get them to come back. To get them to come back. MedSpa shows that first time show up patients, they spend right around $550. That should be higher. That should be double. It should be triple. And some of the lifetime value, like MedSpa says that patients, they come in every 3 months. And if you take the 550, 3 months in a year, right, it's like a couple of grand a year they spend with you. I truly think, like, I was actually having a conversation with my wife about it last night. And I was like, how much do you, if you had let's not call it an endless budget. Let's make it realistic. But if you had a budget to really give you the transformation and the outcome you're looking for, non-invasive, so just like all non-surgical treatments, how much would it be annually? And she's 42 years old. She looks fantastic, by the way. Most of you know her. But how much would that budget be? And she, she's been in the beauty industry for years, guys. So I lean on her a lot for understanding from a consumer standpoint and a patient standpoint. She's like your best patient. She's like, well, for my age and where I am, she's fit. She's like, honestly, probably 12 grand is going to keep me where I want. That's with like microneedling. That's with like, some fillers, maybe some neurotoxins, whatever it is. Some skin peeling. She likes to do that as well. And, maybe there's also like on the wellness side as well. So I'm over here thinking, well, shoot, AmSpa says that the average patient spends $550. They come in every couple of months. Like that means that, and if patients stay with you for 3 years, the average lifetime value is like in the mid sixes, which means that every patient you bring in, on average, this is national average, is worth about $6,000. When in reality, in talking to a consumer, if they're going to spend $10,000 to $12,000 with you a year, it's $1,000 a month over the course of the next 3 years. I mean, this the actual is worth more like 36 to 40,000. I mean, that's life changing. You're talking going from a $6,000 lifetime patient value to 40,000. I mean, this is the numbers are life changing, right? But the only reason why, like, there's two reasons why they don't go back. For one, they didn't have a good experience. You didn't set expectations. You didn't put them on a treatment plan. They just came to go to like a quick fix. There wasn't a true consult. There wasn't a true message. There wasn't a true transformation. The phone call wasn't answered correctly. The consultation was done incorrectly. There was no treatment plan. There was no guidance. You didn't introduce them to what they really needed. You didn't really listen to them. But if you do that, and you also give them access to a pricing functionality, like if you said to my wife, Nicolette, come in, this is going to be $12,000. Like, I'm going to have a problem with that if that hits my credit card. Like, if you charge my Amex today 12 G's, like, we're probably going to have a little bit of a conversation, probably a fight, right? Like, because I know how it is, guys. Like, you have patients that come in the door, they'll use like credit card A, credit card B, credit card zero. Maybe they like Venmo you a little bit. They got like $500 cash. Dude, I've seen it. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. But you should really look at this in the sense of getting yourself in a position to have a payment offering, a flexible payment offering, in-house model, a payment offering to where when they come in, access is easier to certainty. They're paying you monthly, so they come in automatically. It's almost like auto membership. It's a automatic debit. It's a access to transformation with ease. And when you do that, when you listen to them and you give them the desired transformation and treatment plan and make it accessible to all, your practice is going to explode because you've made it too easy. You've made it too easy. You've listened, you've heard, you painted the picture, you set expectations, you put them on the plan, and you made the ability to get access easier, much easier. So I'm going to leave it at that today, guys. I hope you found this episode valuable. I hope that you do me a favor and share it. We are all in this community together. Let's not look at each other as competition. We're here to thrive together as one and grow as one. And I'm telling you, I'm excited to see what the next 10 years bring. I think that this specialty, this industry, this craft is going to be double, if not double and a half in the next 10 years. AmSpa thinks we're growing around 10% per year. I think that there's, when you look at the data pre-COVID versus COVID, like COVID just kind of puts a wrench in all the numbers. When you look at what's happening on the wellness side, the injectable side, the transformational side, the technology, on the scientific side, the technology from helping patients and building up a patient experience, the market's going to continue to boom and grow continuously. And you want to be at the front and center of that. Front and center. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, happy injecting.